XSplit, you are insane. It just decided, you know what? I'm not going to throw any more frames up unless you buy me a hat. And you know what it did? Didn't. I did not cave. You know what? We're going to switch over here. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. We had terrible buffering at the beginning. It was awful. This edition featuring me. Hey, we need our specialty thing. So sorry about that. You know what? I can never predict these things. But I blame Lydia.
What? Ah!
Oh, stop it. Alright, we're going to play some King's Quest 6 today, which is something that I've wanted to stream for a while. But you know why we didn't?
Why?
I don't know. I got lazy. I got super lazy. But you know what? It is time. I hope it's not too loud. Oh! Okay. You know what? You open that because we're both trying to use the same mouse. Yes. Hello, Inu. Oh, can you move that? There we go. Now we can see it. And I hope you can see it too. There's only one way for me to find out. How's the audio?
Good.
Except they can't see it at all. Great. So hold on a sec. Because that's really annoying. So I was listening to myself. You know, I had it nicely set up, and then it was like, nah, you know what? We're going to capture the wrong thing. Oh, be quiet, other me. Be quiet, Soy. Soy's trying to say something here. Alright, I'm just going to fix this up. You know what? You should watch the opening when we're ready.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going... you know what? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like... Well, you know what? That's how it's going to be. So I'm just going to put that there. And I think we're about ready to rock. Oh my. There we... Wait, how does that look on the screen? Well, that looks awful. What? Oh, that looks awful now. Ah, man. I just screwed it up again. Alright, let's make this bigger. Put it over there. There. You know what? There we go. That'll do. Alright, let's watch the opening. And...
Long ago, in the castle of a kingdom called...
Is it buffering again? Is it really? No, seriously. Is it really? Well, I can't even find out. Why can't I have my...
Alexander, here you are. Oh,
no, it isn't.
Still not thinking about Cosimo.
Well, that's just you. That's just you this time. That wasn't me.
Son, it's been months.
Hello, Matus. How are you doing today?
After all, you only met her that once.
I wish you could see us.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the
So
Green
I'm gonna
Isles?
sit here. I guess.
No one's even heard of it. It's like she
Since I'm
just vanished.
Wish I could help. Please try to think about something.
You know,
else,
this was like a big deal when I first played it. I think this is a game that came with my, like, our Pentium PC back in the day.
Huh.
Wake up!
No, stop.
But see, this was high quality animation, even though it looks ugly. This is high quality. High quality.
Mm-hmm.
Falling up there. Now, to aid us, I've actually done a little preparation. In that, we will not be wandering
Wait.
aimlessly.
Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? Your
I'm
mind
ready.
is a ghost.
Mother,
I love
saw
that
Cosimo.
mouth animation.
She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Isn't
Yes.
that your mouth animation?
Showed me
No.
how to find her.
How?
The
Hair is all
stars.
crazy today.
What do you mean it's all crazy today? It's
Outside the
fine.
window. I can navigate by
It's
the
at
stars.
that screen ratio. Oh gosh, you know what? You're right.
Really go?
It is kind of small, and you know what?
I promise.
Do I even really want to change it? Yeah. You know what? Just because the actual video that was made for the opening is small, that's what retro is all about. You know why it's small. We're noticing a little bit ago that Soy's hair is doing the funky chicken in the back right. Well, now you get me all self-conscious here. Let's see. Who cares? I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, and I fixed it.
I think the entire game, like it. I can't remember if the entire game came on floppy disks. Probably not, but. They needed room for all the fine narrating that we're about to hear. So I played this as a kid. It was me and my little jammies playing this game at night in the dark.
3 long months, Prince Alexander sailed the known seas.
I'm just kidding, it's
and
cold.
beyond.
And this is the direct... Yeah, they did. It's true. This is the direct sequel to King's Quest V. So at the end of King's Quest V, which we streamed once, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Oh yeah, I do, because I made you play that horrible owl game.
Yeah.
Still humorous to this day, which reminds me I should probably use that as a digestive. So. Anyway, at the end of King's Quest V, we rescued the princess that he saw in the mirror there. And Alexander's like, well, I can't stop thinking about her. I'd better go over just to see if she's alright and see if she wants to frolic in the garden and all that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I know.
Do you know?
I know.
And by frolic in the garden, I mean, you know,
As the ship
dance
nears
on
the shore,
daisies.
Yeah.
day turns to night and the sea turns violent.
What?
No. I'm trying to watch the story.
You know, jig with the tulips.
What?
So he goes to the land of the Green Isles, and then he crashes, and King's Quest VI appears, or King's Quest Vi. How's that music?
Good.
Wow. Alright, well I will keep an eye on this fine quality walkthrough here, and we'll get there. So. You know what I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I should still play the 8th one on here, even though it's basically the game that killed the franchise. Y'all like the band Blur? Are they still around?
Never heard of them.
I remember them for that one time that they had fame. It was a fleeting moment. Do I look like an arm wrestler? The answer is yes, I do. Okay, just making sure you're happy. So, can we skip this? Whoa. Easy there, Tiger. Oh!
Alexander awakens to find
Starts
himself
present day in an apartment. No, it doesn't actually.
For a moment,
Proto-gorillas.
he is too
Hey,
dazed to
guess
remember how he
crap.
got here. Then he does
You do the same thing I do.
see.
Put the little
Just
crown
as he
icon.
had seen
The
his
crown
mate
icon
sink
means that
into
it's
the
loading or
lifeboat,
doing
a
something.
gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard
All right,
into the
so.
churning sea.
That 3D Ultimate
That was
game
the
doesn't
last
sound.
he'd
Oh,
seen of his crew.
I don't know.
Debris
I'm
from the
just-
ship
I just
was
know-
scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboat,
Actually, I think the King's Quest 8 that killed the franchise kind of starts in an apartment type thing. He's still talking.
And that his men made their way safely
Alexander
back to
is wearing
Daventry.
fine pants. Okay, now, if you right click, you can. What? Oh, don't
What?
put a big L on his forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't start coming and they keep on coming.
The
Anyway,
remains of Alexander.
can
The remains
look
of
around.
Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore.
but first thing you need to do is move that plank.
The
Get
sand,
planking.
the sand
Maybe a
is
little-
warm to the touch.
Let's see if we actually got this. There we go. Oh, I know what we. Oh, I know what we forgot
Alexander
to do.
pushes the plank
To
to
move
one
your
side.
cursor closer to the top
A box has been partially buried
when
under
that's
sand.
done. When he's talking about. When he's done talking about. Okay, move it up. This is your HUD. Go to the right one. We're gonna crank up his speed. By the way, you've also achieved a score of 1.
Sweet.
All right. If you want to save, you can, or we can play. Now, let's check out the box, and there's something inside.
There's nothing of interest in that part of the box. Alexander takes the coin and leaves
The
the
sand.
ruined box
The
where
sand.
it is.
The sand is warm to touch. All right. So that takes care of that. Now I think that's about it for here.
Alexander's royal insignia ring
Then
lies abandoned
we
on
go.
the sand. It must have
You
slipped
get the
from
ring?
his finger during the shipwreck.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the ring too.
Whoa.
Alexander
What?
picks up his
Zoom.
royal insignia ring from the beach.
He's speedy now.
So good.
By the way, this is, and I've not been able to get this to work for years, but it works now. You go to the castle. This is the Windows version of the game, which is great. This is what I wanted. I required Scum VM to make it work, but it works. There's also the DOS version that has, I think, slightly worse music, and also the character portraits
There's a
are
little hut
definitely
just on the path.
inferior. Like,
Perhaps the guard dogs
so
have an
you get to go and
occasional
talk to
useful-
the dog guards. Hello, Best Monster and John Vincent. How are you doing today? Wolf.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Are they talking?
Good day to you, guards.
See,
I was
look at
cast
that.
upon this
Look
island
at that,
by a
Alexander.
storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secret.
I am certain that you'll want
You're
to.
standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the
So
Crown.
what are they saying?
The royal family
Castle
resides
of the
here.
Crown.
That's right.
And,
Well, this is the Castle of the
what's
Crown.
left of the royal family.
That is a nice
Isle
coat
of
you're
the
wearing.
Crown. But tell me,
This voice
Am
acting
I
is cool.
anywhere near the
I'm gonna look up King's Quest.
This is the
Is
land
there
of the
a
Green Isles. The
way you
Isle
could
of the
identify
Crown is
yourself,
main
by the way?
island, foolish boy.
Is
Then
there any way you could
Princess
identify
Casino
yourself?
must live in this very
Yeah.
castle.
With what?
Aye,
The ring?
princess is
Ooh,
indeed
you
our
should do it.
treasured jewel
But they're
of the
talking.
crown, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
consider it an honor.
I'm looking up this game on. So look at the ring. What's his name?
Alexander is already wearing his ring.
Fiddling with your ring, Alexander. No, no, I'm just kidding. It doesn't say
But what
that.
do you do?
Okay, now you can just select it. Okay. Okay. And then show
Alexander
him what you
decides
got.
to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown Guards. With all
So-
of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
If I
I'm
oh,
Prince
cast and
Alexander
crew.
of Daventry. I'm
So
an acquaintance of Princess
the voice
Christina.
of
If you
Prince
could just inform her
Alexander
that I'm here, please.
is Robbie Benson.
So
Known
everyone
for-
says. Let me just look at that ring.
Oh, wait, really?
What does it say,
Who's the
Gruff?
Beast in Beauty and the Beast? Like the original one?
Kingdom of Daventry.
Disney one? Cool.
Prince Alexander.
He's also a director on Friends.
Ah, wait here while I go see what Captain
And he
Saladin
still plays the
thinks it is.
Beast in Kingdom Hearts games. Oh, please don't. No, not sure. There you go. They got some big talent here.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature.
Yeah, he plays
Captain
Beast in a lot of
Saladin
things.
Speaks with a voice that is gentle.
Ooh,
reflects
who's
the
that?
will of
It's a
iron.
dog.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Wazir
also
Al-Hazred will want
Seinfeld.
to meet you.
Look at that.
Indeed, you are a friend of the princess.
Hey,
Please
I'm
follow
Poochie
me.
the Rockin' Dog. So you're gonna go in and see what's going down. Who's a good boy? He's a good boy.
Lord
I'm just curious
Al-Hazred,
if,
a visitor to see you.
he played
Prince
in 3 episodes of
Alexander of
Wild West
Daventry.
COW Boys of Moo Mason.
What is it
Anyway.
that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord. but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess.
I don't need to worry about IMDb right now. We're worried about King's Quest
When
6.
my father rescued us, he
Glad to
rescued
hear there,
my
Retro.
Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire
You're getting some
kingdom.
backstory here.
But I'm afraid
You
I
like
still
stories,
fail
don't
to
you?
see the purpose of your visit.
Well,
Well, I came to
Does he
make
have a
sure
golden
that
eye?
Cassima arrived safely and
I asked the
to
question.
visit.
well,
She did
yeah.
exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However,
He'll be important,
things
but
have
not right
greatly
now.
changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle.
Lydia enjoys
Cassima's
hearing the
parents
voices.
both became ill and died while
In
she
your
was
head.
gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess.
You can already tell
She
who's the
is not
bad guy.
receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see,
You're just
it
like
is
putting the
time for
crown on
Cassima
everybody.
to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree
so tiny.
maiden. As was her parents'
Kinda-
wish,
Alexander
Cassima
kinda
and
looks
I
like
are
somebody
to be
here.
wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you.
I'm sure
our
nobody knows who
marriage
this is, but he
all
kinda looks like
Cassima
Judd Nelson.
wants now. As a prince and
Actor
a
Judd
gentleman,
Nelson?
it would be best that you
Actor
leave
Judd- never
before
mind.
there is any further
It's okay.
embarrassment.
You know,
I see.
actor
I
Judd
suppose that I was
Nelson?
mistaken.
The Judd
I
Nelson?
thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees.
Oh
what he
yeah, Judd
wishes
Nelson. The
to
guy,
see.
yeah, the guy!
I'm sorry you've wasted your time
You want
traveling
him
to
to
the
stop
land
talking.
of the Green Isles.
Well,
May
keep
your
talking.
journey home.
Well, if
be
I don't hear what they're saying, I'm not gonna know what's going on.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against
listen.
that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please.
Lydia.
Captain Saladin
Yes.
will escort you from the castle. Good day.
Okay. Don't beat that man. I can feel St. Elmo's fire burning in Lydia.
You have had your hearing with Wizard
Okay.
Hazred. I trust you'll respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
McGruff.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate.
So what do you
They nod
think?
with understanding.
Getting back in? You getting back into that castle?
No.
Alexander has a feeling
Oh, well.
they won't be letting him into the castle again.
And that's about it. Gotta walk all the way over there. Well, there's a path.
Vines have begun.
Not much to
Vines
do
have
right
begun
here.
to climb the castle's stucco walls. The narrow path ends abruptly at a pile of boulders.
Alexander gets stuck at the side of a... Look at him go! Whee! Alright, well, time to head back to town. Well, we didn't really go to town, but now we do. Gosh, who doesn't want to go down? There we go. Alright.
Anything in this tree?
A hollow in the trunk of the old tree forms a perfect nesting place
I
for
think
wildlife.
not.
I couldn't hear.
Alexander examines the tree's hollow, but finds
Nah, darn. Oh well, I guess there's
Alright.
nothing.
So, we're gonna head to the pawn shop.
What about this guy?
Now you can talk to him if you want.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps,
Did say,
I'll
what?
need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
There's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
What a colorful character.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're gonna have to open the door.
Alexander can enter the building by using the shop's door.
What? Oh, he's gonna say something.
Good day.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she
Oh,
is in
yeah.
a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
Well,
Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
you can't have that stuff, but yeah, look at all that good stuff that you could use.
Have you an interest in tinder boxes? This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find
This could
yourself
take a
with
while.
naught else to hold the flame.
This could take a while.
What could?
The game.
Why?
There's a lot of stuff to do.
A mechanical nightingale made of tin is perched on the counter.
So how are you gonna get any of those things?
With money?
Got any money?
Yeah.
Towering mightily over the other pawn
Alright.
shop curiosities.
It's all useless?
the stuffed
Oh,
bear
no!
makes an ostentatious display.
Au contraire. Okay. Well, give him a gold coin. Give him some money.
For what?
Well, eventually we're gonna use all of those items, but you can only have one at a time. So,
I have this copper
here, have a
coin.
gold coin.
Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at
So.
the items on the counter to make his selection.
Recommended that you take the nightingale first.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well.
Mine.
Your
It's too bad I
coin
can't
is
hear what
well
he's saying.
spent.
He's just going.
Remember, this is a pawn shop.
Remember,
I'm
this is
always
a pawn
willing
shop.
to take back my own
Always
goods and
willing to
trade.
take back
I'll
my
remember.
Baba.
Thank
I
you.
remember, thank you.
One more thing.
What?
You better take a mint.
What?
Take a mint
Where?
from the little glass jar there. It's right beside
Here?
your groin.
There?
Yeah.
An elegant little glass dish decorates the countertop. Alexander takes a mint.
Alright, well, that's all we need to do here. Unless you want to look at the... Oh, you should touch the bear.
The stuffed bear probably has stuffed fleas. Alexander decides to keep his distance.
Stuffed bear. Alright, and then we'll go next door. At Allie's Books.
Hello. I will be right up. Now,
Oops.
Well, first thing you can do is get that little tofu thing at the door.
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
It's not tofu.
oh yes, please take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Okay.
Is it cursed?
Thanks.
No, it's just boring. Look at the bookshelf.
day, sir.
Oh,
The mysterious old
On the
man
right.
just ignores Alexander.
check out some books. What?
He ignored me.
These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander
Any note?
notices.
Oops.
Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not
Oh
escape him.
gosh. Soy license mints.
These shelves hold a collection of
Maybe you
oddly
should
titled
Feel around
guidebooks.
that.
Alexander notices such books
the right?
as
Oh, top
How
right.
to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding
What's
the
happening?
Right Girl with the Right Dowry, And why good princesses like bad wizards?
It's funny titles.
Oh,
Good day, sir.
yeah, that's top right.
I'm a stranger in this land.
That's a guy.
What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man.
All right, so
Who are you? And what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander.
sheep tuft stuff.
I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown.
You should ask about that book.
Royal family's castle is here. Besides
Yes,
the
granted,
castle,
it looks like
we
a
also
pigeon,
have
but
this
it is
village
not.
And the docks over to the west. There are
Why
at
good
least
princesses like
3
bad
other
wizards?
islands. The
Sounds
Isle
nice
of
guy.
the Sacred Mountain.
True.
The Isle of the Beast. And the
So what
Isle
they're
of
nice guy.
Wonder.
So what they're saying is the wizard is bad, but the princess
Does
is
no
good.
one know for certain?
I'm glad we gleaned that
This
from
is
the
no
title.
ordinary land, Alexander. The
Well,
land
it's
of
like,
the
why
Green
do girls
Isles
go
has
for
always been a place of vague
mean
boundaries,
guys
as
who
an
just use
island's
them?
come
Blah
and
blah
go.
blah.
Legend speaks
Yeah.
of the fourth island, an isle shrouded
Well,
in
actually.
mists. I myself have never seen it. Then too,
And this was the last time Lydia was ever seen.
You can be,
and the next.
but you're mostly
Even
nice.
There you
darker
go.
places are reputed to be closer here than any
That's quite a claim.
I like it when things go smoothly.
claim, yes.
I don't like it when I
Probably
drop
just
every
local
frame.
Yeah,
superstition.
then you hit the
We
laptop.
who live here on the Isle of the
Did it make
Crown
it better?
at least sleep well enough at
Am I
night.
dropping frames?
Those first 3 islands.
There you go.
How might I learn more about them?
Ideally,
This
a
guy's
young
still
man
rambling on.
seeking such
Yes.
an-
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, the
You can click through
perhaps
him.
the ferry and
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good.
And see, I don't even know what he's
perhaps
saying,
it's
so
free,
he could be
Alexander, making
saying like,
use of
"Hey,
costs
I've
much
got
more.
some pants."
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed
Okay.
himself into an aardvark in the end, or so
Oh.
I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another
That's
rare
what you get for
book,
talking to people.
something
Find another what?
marketable,
Find another
I
rare
might
book in
be
exchange.
willing to
Okay.
exchange the spelled book for it.
I'm sure we could. I have this instruction booklet to Donkey Kong Country. That's a rare book.
Okay, now what?
You gotta get that thing from the top right shelf.
Where?
Top right shelf.
There's nothing to do there.
Maybe maybe the next one down. Look, I see like a gray book there. Oh, maybe not. Nope.
Thinking
Oh, I
of
found it.
Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf
Okay.
through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another.
Have we found the magic snap? Not yet. We will.
Untouched by worldly care.
Definitely.
Where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there. Yikes. And another. What was it when I looked at you? What power has
That may
chained me
that may be
through
rare
and
on your
through,
land, but
and
here we
binds
have
my heart with
only
links
just to
so
see the Super
tight,
Nintendo Entertainment
I
System.
cannot live
I shall
without
take all your
sight
mint
of you.
SNES games and go home.
What nameless thing has captured me and made me
Wait.
powerless to flee?
I was trying to listen
What
to it.
thing is it without a name that
I was
brings my
conversing.
mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that ere my soul eternal makes for you.
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Well, there you go.
Alexander picks up the fallen page.
Oh.
It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
Alright.
Alright, guess you can leave now.
There's a battered wicker chest in front of a shop.
Old lamps for new. Old lamps for new.
Well, you can listen to her, I guess.
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your
Do they
veil
have
back
Battletoads?
on!
Maybe they do.
No one wants to
Maybe
look at
they'll
your
get it on the
face.
island.
Yes, stepmother.
Alexander doesn't want to intrude.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
Okay. Don't fall for that guy's tricks. Him and his shiny eye and all that. We can go on the boat. What?
Type.
Lydia. There we go.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, the powerful currents
You just
grab
wanted to see what was
Alexander.
going on.
Struggle as he might, he
I
feels
see.
himself being
I
pulled
see.
out to sea.
Oh, get that crap. It's not worthy of it.
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Help me!
Sorry, I think
Hope
not.
you learned a valuable lesson.
As his head submerges for the 3rd time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
Tickets up. Next.
Where did he
Alexander
go?
couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong.
The world of death?
What are you waiting for?
You know.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water. Alexander is standing at the island's docks. Both the pier and the only boat in sight are in sad repair.
So what do I do?
Well, you should go into the boat. There's a door in the boat.
Alexander feels his pockets carefully to
I'll
make
leave
sure
that
he
up.
hasn't lost anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want?
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you.
No, look at
just
that.
stay
Look at that. Look at that
outside.
handsome sailor.
That's cool. You're
What
looking
is it
through
you
a
wanted to
little
talk about,
people.
young man?
Yeah, it's a nice little
I'm a visitor to these
perspective
islands.
there.
I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years
What?
is all.
I can't tell what that is.
Oh, better grab
Perhaps
that
if
lady.
the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Did it die?
I think so.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll grab it for
I
you.
see you have a rabbit's
Oh, now it works.
Has
Weird.
it brought you
Wonderful.
much luck?
As
Yay.
you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take
Just a
it
little,
with you?
just a little on the
Perhaps giving
weird
darn
side.
thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you.
Alright.
Alexander is sitting inside the ferry's cabin. Several oil lamps are strategically placed around the boat's cabin.
So, well, you can talk to him a bit more, but you don't really need to. Not really a requirement.
Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Not really a requirement for that. So, 6:39. What? I guess that's the time. All right. Well, you can go back to the pawn shop. At the pawn shop.
Ah.
At the pawn shop. Whoa. Go.
Good day.
A mysterious old man also patronizes
Better
the pawn shop.
give him
He
something
steals
of even
sidelong
more value.
glances at Alexander from under his
Oh.
hood.
This?
No, even more value.
This?
What's the most valuable thing that you have?
This? This?
Yeah.
Giving him the ring?
Yeah.
Why?
Can you tell me, merchant, what the value of
Because-
this ring might be?
Hello, Giovanni.
Sons of the sea, what
How are you
a
doing
beauty.
today?
What fine gold and masterful artistry. This ring is quite valuable, sir. I would not feel right taking it in trade. None of the items on display in my humble store are even close to the value of this ring.
Truly? Well, it would be hard to part with it anyway, I suppose.
Okay. What was that for?
What do you mean?
He didn't take it.
Oh, well, we should talk to him again. Let's give him a regular talking.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, But since I am
Is
hardly
that how they
overrun
explain
with
clicking the map to
respective
travel?
buyers, I would be willing
Yeah,
to take
pretty much.
anything of equal value in exchange.
So I gave him the ring for the map.
There you go. Did you get a map?
Would you be
Oh, now you
willing to
got a
take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
That's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can
He's
part with such
so
a
like,
unique
oh, you're a
family
prince.
heirloom?
The ring does mean a
Oh,
lot.
so you're a prince.
I didn't always have a family, you know.
That don't impress me much. I'm just a shopkeep.
It is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind. And I'll remember about the map.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart
He
of his hand,
seems
steals
a
a
little
mint from the
upset.
candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
he seems a little perturbed.
So he took a mint.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished.
You just have to.
From the
You just
pawn
have
shop
to.
owner. He just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map.
You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that.
Yes. Master.
He seems a little,
Now, what is this about
under the
a
weather.
magic map?
More like under the
With a
table.
map,
Yeah.
Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly, quickly as I can.
I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Well, if that's all you need to do, then you should
Go to the beach.
leave the area and then come back.
Go back. There.
Leave the area and come back. Having trouble leaving the area?
Yes.
I see.
And then go back.
Yeah. What did he dump out there?
A large round pot is...
Go knee deep in it. Elbow deep.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked
Find
ball,
anything interesting?
a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
Okay. Now you got stuff. Alright. To the beach. Get it. And I think it's time to... I'm not having a good time getting to the beach, eh?
So I don't want to click on the stuff down here.
Yeah, true. Alright, well, you know what? Let's use our magic smap. Retro Jude Gaming returns.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
We're going to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
What? Alright. Grab a couple of things and then we'll be on our way.
Feather?
Alexander takes the feather.
Yes.
And a flower.
Alexander
flower?
picks the flower and is
What's
startled by
this
its
here?
hideously strong skunk-like
Something we'll deal with later.
For a moment, he can smell nothing else.
So now we can use our smap again.
There appears to be something etched
Smap.
into the face of the cliff.
Time to use a smap.
Ignorance kills,
The
wisdom
rock has been
elevates.
etched by some
Well, we'll deal with that later.
Okay.
Oh, you even have your smap on.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
To the Isle of Wonder. To the comma.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Hey, look, a dude.
Is that a tiny village?
Well, you should talk to that guy.
What? Where?
That guy.
Where?
He's right there.
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, they're oysters. You said guy, and I'm looking for a person.
He's a man oyster.
Ache in my mouth.
Well. So what's his problem?
Mouth ache.
Alexander wades into the
That's
sea
far
to
away.
get the strange object in the water. The ocean currents tug at Alexander's legs.
Uh-oh.
That object is just a bit out of reach.
I feel like you'll wish you had saved more often.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's get back up. Maybe we should save now. Save Lydia. Yeah, that's fine.
I can't even read
It
that.
says Lydia. Well, he needs to go to sleep, doesn't he? Do you have something that'll put him to sleep?
A mint?
An oyster eating a mint? Eee.
That won't do anything for the little oyster.
A nightingale?
Nah.
Oh, no. Oh, what?
A score of 29. That's not a pass, but it's getting there.
Ink. Feather? This? I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, put him to sleep the best way you can.
The nightingale?
Is that going to put him to sleep?
That
I
won't
don't
do anything
know.
for the little oyster.
You were like trying to lead me to it, and I don't
Yes, I am.
understand because none of this.
Well, what do you have here?
I have books, feather, flower, a mint.
What kind of book do you have?
I don't know. I didn't hear it.
It was a boring book.
I guess.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
It's boring.
That would be great.
Huh.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40
Gotta
half
be quick to make
dulcimers,
a grab.
divided into
Alexander,
yields a
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
Yoink. Oh, no, no,
Hey, you fixed
no. That's the face an oyster makes.
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Well, at least you can grab the thing on the beach then.
Alright.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?"
What?
Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is
Let's
incomplete.
go somewhere. Let's walk somewhere.
Alexander hears someone coming.
No you don't. Oof.
5 fierce guards of the Isle. Watch for a foreign man, said he, with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies.
Well, who's first? The stench guy. That was pretty controversial. No, it was not. Okay.
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tom Troll I am. That's all
You
I'll
wrote
be.
and deleted something very controversial.
My nose
Oh,
goes
interesting.
all on land and
Oof.
sea.
Oh well. I didn't see it.
A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more. Listen, hark you, Rovenor. Do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
Well.
Alexander winds the tin nightingale and plays it for the gnome with the monumental ears.
A nose is not a way to spy. My ears cannot be told a lie. A nightingale is
big
all
ears.
there be. No man is near, and
Bad
so
belt.
say me. Taste, Grump Trump, that we might know whether friend or whether foe.
Well.
See, these make
Alexander
sense.
holds the
Your
mint out for
book
the gnome
to
with
make
the
the
gigantic
oyster
mouth.
sleep didn't make sense to me.
Because it was boring and we put him to sleep.
Yeah, but I did.
Is a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet. Trilly dilly, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
Well, better be quick. I'll go skin you alive.
Feather?
Well, I think you should use this.
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
Be all
Almost
you
like
mad? What
only one of them has
errand
eyes.
be?
That seems
A
to be a
fellow
problem.
Can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet.
Old Bill Batter, never fatter. Vision can resolve.
Guy's had his eyes open the whole time. I don't know why.
Now and end
Notice.
this
Hey, wait a minute. That's a guy in a green tunic. Well.
This?
That's a pearl.
Yeah.
Not very good.
What?
What can you use to not make yourself seen?
Invisible ink?
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I
This is
say.
Sierra.
Enough of this. Let's
Yeah, that's
now
fine. That's-
away.
Well, they won't bug you again.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Alexander did it.
Whew!
He's
They
fooled
left
the
just in time for
guards.
me to rematerialize. Alright, we can head to the east. Doop, 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 doop. Doop. There.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, what a luscious looking hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
Well, how are you
How
gonna get that
charming of you
paper?
to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean? You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror, I mean, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my
That
beautiful
spider's very
weaving.
alluring.
It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
What?
It is a lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat! I mean, the loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages.
Well,
Feather?
nah, just unravel the web. Yank at the old web there.
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Oh. Grab it.
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see.
Okay, if
what's
there's
written.
something like time constraint wise, you'll have to tell me. La.
Okay.
'Cause I won't know.
The wind blows the
We
scrap of
better
paper from Alexander's
hang
hand,
out to the east
but he
there.
remembers what it said well
over
enough.
there. And we'll-
What's with all the bees?
Maybe we should grab something from that pile.
Where?
Pile right in front of me.
Here?
Sure.
What do you think you're doing?
Is this like
I'm
Alice
sorry.
in Wonderland?
I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a
Yeah.
rare book.
No owner. All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, bookworm to you,
Not
wouldn't
much we
part
can
with
do
one of
around
his
here
books
yet, but at
for
least
anything.
now
Isn't
you
there
know,
something I can do
and the
for
game
you to
knows
pay
that you've
for the
checked
book?
them out.
Let's see.
Also,
Do you
he's
have an
weird looking and
itinerant
has
clause?
more arms than he needs.
No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know.
Oh dear.
Let's see.
Retro dude
A
gaming,
marsh
you need
pig
to
that does Texas.
meet some ladies. Alright, well.
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle.
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker.
Do you have any of those things?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
Have a sentence.
Not really good enough for him.
Afraid not.
It's a question.
Ha! Then what good are you?
What you have is questionable.
Alright.
Okay, well, we can leave here. Still head north.
Milkweed thrives near the mucky swamp. Small bottles filled with milk grow on it like
Hey,
fruit.
Emily. What kind of tree is that?
Dogwood.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
Alright. Did you actually get one?
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought I did.
Okay. Yeah. What? What?
You called me something else.
Oh, what did I call you?
Something else.
Oh. I don't remember what I called you.
What did I come in to get?
Oh, well.
Oh, I looked and I saw that I had the milk, yeah.
You
And
can
I
go
was
that
trying
way.
to save.
Yeah, we better save here. Bad song. I can't wave my finger. It's our favorite dude.
He looks a little rotten.
Alexander takes a close look at the tomato on the ground.
Just talk to him
It
or try to
appears
pick
be
him up or
darker
something.
than those on the vine.
Pretend he's the cat.
How did you manage to fall off the vine, Mr. Tomato?
What do you think? I'm old. I'm rotten. Yeah. Leave me alone.
If you say so.
After all, you're just gonna let me sit here and rot on this dry ground like everybody else, aren't you?
Why, I don't know.
Feel free to talk to him anytime.
Ah,
Yeah.
never mind. Just go away.
Can I pick him up?
We could try.
Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me. Hey!
Alexander picks up Rotten Tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
Anyway,
Unless Alexander is mistaken,
what we should
those
do is go
plants
through
must
the
be
doors.
Baby's tears.
Let's go through the doors. We want to be efficient. Oh look. Oh look, this is a nice place to go.
Checkmate. Only chess pieces allowed in chessboard land. That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out!
Oh. Who dat?
King and queen? Or bishops?
I must insist,
Or
Your
two
Highness.
queens.
Two queens.
I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a
Hope this
present
still
for their
goes,
wedding,
but
and
I
that's
want
the end of
to
it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with
Crank it
only
up a bit.
this stupid spoiled egg
For
to
the
send,
people.
Your
There we
Highness.
go.
I want to impress
Feel free
the
to put
new
your
king
crown
and
on
queen
anybody you
as
like.
much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession, therefore I shall do as I please with it.
I know you like
Besides,
putting
there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
the crown on people.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump
Well,
of
this is going to
coal,
be a
and
bit of
you
a
know it.
timed thing, so.
Your Highness always got to carry
so
the
Well,
coal
not this,
stone.
but
It's not
Coming
fair
up.
that you get the
Yeah.
coal too.
so here's what I'm going to have you do.
Doesn't count. The singing
Ready?
stone was
What?
stolen by that horrid beast.
After we're done on
I
this
should
screen, because you
keep
can't
it just
actually go past
because
this.
my stone was stolen.
We'll leave. We'll grab some
Wasn't
iceberg
your
lettuce,
stone. It
and
belonged
then go
to
back to the
Isle
beach
of Wonder
and
Treasury.
we'll go away.
Your Highness always thinks that everything is
I'll
hers.
deal with it before it melts.
Excuse me, my good
That's
man,
iceberg
but could
lettuce.
you settle an argument for us?
We'll have to settle an argument.
Which of us
Oh.
should get to carry the coal and which the egg?
I can't hear them, so I just see them going.
White is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
Do I pick this thing up?
Yep, absolutely. Alright.
The silliest thing.
Oh, they're not done yet. They're still bickering.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
Alright.
Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that coal?
Ah, come on. Okay.
Alexander doesn't want to taste the salty seawater.
What do I do with it?
Use the map. It's not there
there.
anymore. And we're gonna go to the Isle of the Beast.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Better move over there.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
And you know what? We're just gonna go straight north from here. Don't worry about that guy yet. So we want to deal with our iceberg lettuce. What a pond! It's too hot.
Do I put...
Better put some lettuce in there. Cool it down.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce.
This is a Sierra Entertainment game, Cow Jizzle.
Slowly stops
Yes, it
boiling,
is.
cooled by the ice.
Sorry, I was a little
It still
distracted by
looks hot,
like everything.
but bearable.
Alright. What's this?
An old abandoned hunter's lamp is hanging on one of the trees. Alexander wonders who might have hunted in these dense woods.
Well,
Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
So what would have happened
The
if you
pond
went
is
in
no
when it
longer
was boiling?
you'd probably burn your legs off.
Ah, that'd be
And
fun
that,
to see.
that would be gross.
But it's fine.
Grab a lamp.
Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree.
Well,
As Alexander continues down the path,
Hmm.
he gets the strange feeling that he's being
that guy
watched.
look respectable?
Come on over here and see what I'm
Why
doing
not?
with these flowers. Never mind that stone
I
fella
don't
on
know.
top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
Yeah, Conquest of Camelot looks a little similar. Yeah. Does it die again? Sounds like I might need to get you a new battery. There you go.
Yeah, but it won't move.
Oh dear. Hold on. One thing to do at a time. Oh. Yay! It moved again, and I would put a new battery in one.
What? Why is it loading?
A stone archer sits atop the lintel of the gate like a
Telling you
silent
something?
guardian.
I'm not sure.
His stone
Well,
bow is tightly drawn and
at least get
fitted
the
with
brick.
a single stone arrow.
There's no reason to touch that.
There's no reason to touch that.
Oh, he touched the grass.
Alexander picks up
Ooh,
the
they're
brick.
aiming at you. You better leave.
You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
Wow. Talk about a poof.
Yeah, bunny.
A rabbit hops about rather fearlessly. It's probably never even seen
Oh.
a human.
Well, the only thing that you can...
Ah.
Well, I guess you can talk to that thing in the...
Ah.
Y'all ever had mustard on spaghetti? No, because we're regular folks. I'm gonna... Oh, okay. Anyway. This guy is hanging out.
A little fawn is feeding on a grassy hillock near
That's
the
how I
sea.
draw deer. Not particularly well.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange, my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But
This is
who are you?
Yoda.
And why are you here?
Away I fly my home from. Lost I am therefore.
Yoda?
Has my name too?
Yeah.
Can you guess not?
He kinda has a Yoda vibe to him.
Branch with, and the way I speak of.
So what do I do?
Well, maybe you should give him something that he would like.
Alexander is standing at the edge
Something
of
a
the
little
sea
wordy.
on a heavily forested island. As far as...
We can talk to the tomato. Talk
There's
to the
no-
tomato. Well,
Would
don't
you
give
be
him the
interested in this?
tomato.
That I like not. Take it away, do.
He does not want a tomato. But
How
it's
do you
fun.
talk to it?
There's a little talk there.
I got a lawyer, you know. Yeah, there's kidnapping laws in this here kingdom.
Alexander
Anyway.
already has a pretty good grasp of
poked
his
it.
words.
Oh.
You have to select it with the arrow
Alexander
thingy.
already has a pretty good...
There we go. Where?
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
Alexander pulls out
This
his
sentence
magic
seems in
phrase.
need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you, I do. Go I with you?
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
Well, we can head back to the Isle of Wonder. Wonder Bread. To the Isle of Wonder
Alexander
Bread.
pulls out his magic map.
Well, what do you think?
It's fun.
Is it adorable? Okay.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation. Alright, well now we have something to give that bookworm, I guess. He did ask for a dangling participle, didn't he?
Yeah. Which way was it? This way?
That way.
Oh, oops.
Okay.
Hello, bookworm. I have something you might be interested in.
Well, what is it this time?
I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home, I am too.
There you are.
It's kind of like a little dinosaur.
Naughty boy.
With a rat tail.
I told you not to leave the island.
Rat
Well,
behind.
I am seeing you too.
A most solemn celebration.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something.
Anyway, give me a book.
Let's see now.
Something good.
Was it a rare book you wanted?
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well
Weird
cooked
characters
by
on the
now.
land of the Green Isles.
This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
Well, that's that. Okay, guess we can leave. Maybe even head back to the Isle of the Crown. In the year 2027, we will make it back. I think it might have to be a little closer, but we'll see.
There's no reason to use...
Alexander's too far away.
Alexander pulls out his magic...
Alexander is hiding behind a rock.
Alexander feels a strange...
Okay. Now, well, I guess we can head back to ye old pawn shop. Oh, wait.
What?
You know what?
What?
Let's go back because I saw something in the tree.
Bird?
Oh, actually, you know what?
A nightingale perches on a high branch of the tree. She sings the most beautiful song Alexander has ever heard.
You know what? No, never mind.
Hello, Nightingale.
Never mind.
What a lovely tune.
We'll do this like a lot later. Okay,
looks at
we'll go back.
Alexander's
Nice haircut. It was square for a second. Alright, back to the pawn shop. Thought we could do something else, but I'll wait. I guess we can't now. We'll do it later. Okay, so.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
What are they talking about?
I hate not
What are they
getting
gonna do
what
with the
I
mints?
want.
Why are there no more mints? Why not?
He ate them all. And you took one. Or I took one.
You know, it's gone now. Anyway, well, you don't need that nightingale. Okay, so we can give that back.
The counter feels as smooth.
Here,
The
give it
pawn
to him.
shop's counter is made of a sturdy.
Nightingale, give it, say, here, have it.
Alexander takes a closer look.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex, please.
You know what would be
Choose
cool to
something
have?
in exchange for the items on
Flute?
the counter.
Flute.
Alexander looks closely at.
Let's get the
I'll
flute.
take the flute.
The
Then
flute?
do we use the
Very
flute
good,
on the
Prince
dog?
Alex. May its music always be sweet.
The
Feel
dog
free
treat.
to trade it back at
Oh,
any time.
nah.
Thank you.
We'll use it for something else. And we should give him the pearl. Because we want something of equal value back. Here.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your
Doesn't
ring
sound
back.
yummy, but I guess could be. Oh
I'm
yeah.
glad you
He's
didn't
talking about
sell it.
mustard on spaghetti.
I'm
I
a
think
bit
we'll
attached
pass.
to it, I'm afraid.
Of
Mustard.
course you
I
are.
love spaghetti.
You would be cold-hearted
mustard?
if you felt any differently.
I don't even like
I am
mustard.
happy to see a family heirloom back with its
Like,
rightful owner.
I like it on some sandwiches, but like to put it on a hot dog. Eh.
Wait, is he in the door?
Gosh. Oh gosh! So you don't like something I do.
Oh, looky. It's the bookstore and a proclamation on the wall.
Alexander doesn't
What is it?
remember that sign being on the wall before. He decides to take a closer look. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice, announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul al-Hazred and Princess Kasima. For reasons of security,
Okay.
the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles." Alexander feels his stomach
Well.
turn at the thought of the dread event.
That's all we need from that.
If he doesn't do something soon,
guess we can go back to
Kasima
the
will be
bookstore.
another man's wife.
And hopefully there will be somebody there who's cool. Yeah, okay.
Hello. I will be
Hey,
right
it's a
up.
guy.
Now, what can...
An odd-looking man is reading in the stuffed chair. He wears a vest, balloon-style
What does that
pants,
guy
and
say?
pointed shoes. There's something deliberately silly about the man, as though
He's
he were a
silly.
performer of some sort.
Is he? How do you know that?
Just like the narrator said so.
Okay.
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried
That's a
about
face.
the princess.
Excuse me
I
again,
only
sir.
speak to
You
sailors.
mentioned the princess.
I told you I'm not interested in talking to strangers.
What's he saying?
Not interested in talking to strangers.
Well, then make yourself known.
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
I'm sorry to insist.
Okay.
You know what else
but
is
my
good?
name is Alexander
Pickles and milk.
Daventry, and
I appreciate the
Pardon me a
offer of
moment.
the ring,
Aw.
Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken.
Pardon me a second moment.
I mean, you don't like dip the
Where
pickles
have I
in the
heard of
milk. You just
Daventry?
drink it with it.
Flying flint mice. You must be Prince Alexander.
So who's that
Kasima
guy?
told me about you when she arrived
don't know.
home.
What?
How
I've
came
been
you
too busy
here?
talking about
why,
pickles and
by
milk.
a ship now wrecked upon the sand. But you know Kasima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me.
He
Prince
looks a little
Alexander of
strange.
Daventry. I'm afraid that was
Looks like a
before she was
clown.
told about her parents'
Well.
deaths. You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again.
What?
It is said they died
What's he
of
talking
heartbreak. I'm afraid she's blamed
princess?
herself.
Yeah.
What a terrible homecoming. If we had only known.
Terrible indeed, poor thing. Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets
Yeah.
are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a
I'm gonna ignore
dated
all of retro
tradition,
dudes.
and not
Weird
required, but
food
the Vizier
fetishes.
says she insisted out of respect.
I see. You've yet to say who you are and how you know the princess.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Charlo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cosima's parents, King Caliphim and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Cosima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing. Smart as a whip, kind and sweet.
No.
And she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me.
Make
I'm so terribly worried about her.
About her grief over her parents, you mean?
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Vizier or his plans for Cosima. I'm still living at the castle of
He'll
the crown
be
as
useful in the
court
future,
clown.
but for now
His
he's
clown. But it is
yammering
more to
guy.
keep me to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Cosima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion.
What can you tell me about the Vizier?
The Vizier? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul.
That's what he looks like in the DOS
Al-Hazred.
version.
He
Great,
came
cool.
to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for Al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliphim had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Cosima ever since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Vizier is capable of anything. And Cosima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Cosima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. Now I must return to the castle. Look, I don't want to arouse suspicion.
Oh man, is he still going?
I'll try to meet you here again later.
Wrap it
Thank
up.
you for the information.
There. Now,
Alright. Oh, yeah.
do I give...
Better give him the R book. How do you know it's rare?
I found this rare
Pirate
book,
book.
and I
R.
thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess
What?
people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book you wanted. And a fair trade it is, I must say.
Alright, Chin Tuft.
Enjoy it.
Alright. You can even look in the book, too.
The book is used to cast spells on complete... Alexander is carrying a book from the bookshop. The cover says, Ye...
Let's see, what's inside? We have some spells. So what do you need?
Swamp ooze, river Styx water, a black horse feather.
Okay.
I have the feather.
Alright. Or we can flip the page, maybe?
Speaking the incantation would do little good unless there were a painted object nearby to enchant.
Is there a turn? Oh,
This
there it
is the first page.
Oh. There we go. And sounds good to me. We're gonna need to get these things.
This is the last page.
Cover says ye old. Does it? I don't know if it did.
This is the first
Guess
page.
we'll just have to close it up and see. We never even saw it. He's just making that stuff up.
Yeah.
Alright. Speaking the incantation.
Ah. How do I get out?
Alexander.
There.
That'll do. Alright, well, I think that's it for here. Now we can go back to the Isle of Wonder. Go on, go.
There's the nightingale.
Yeah, so handsome. Sure, you're loving this. I think there may be a bit more to the game, like below that bar.
Yeah, but I keep opening stuff I got.
Any chance we could? No, I really. I kind of. No, I can't. Otherwise, I'll screw up this thing. Okay, so you just have to do your best. I'm walking down. There we go. Walking the grass. Oh, retro dude. Oh, retro dude. Okay. To the Isle of Wonder.
Alexander pulls out his magic.
So here's, we're gonna do a series of events.
Okay.
And if I look at this, oh no, I'd be wrong. But yeah, we won't be back here for a little while. All right, so we're gonna go up north to where all those baby cabbages are, and you can give one of those milk bottles that you got. Makes sense. Sitcom laugh. Sure.
Alexander gives one of the baby's tears a bottle of milk. The other baby's tears seem to resent Alexander's.
You better collect those tears in something.
In what? The lamp?
Guess the lamp's all you got.
Alexander
collects
some of the baby's tears in the old hunter's lamp.
You got the rotten tomato. Let's. Oh.
What a grip.
Hey.
The baby is not at all willing to let go of that milk bottle.
That's fine. Can you get that hole in the wall?
This?
Yeah.
Alexander decides to pick up the hole in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very useful thing.
I know. I tried to get the bottle back so they'd stop.
Oh, sorry.
Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wall.
Oh, he's very shy. What are you gonna do with those wallflowers then?
Dance?
How are they gonna dance? Better make some music for them.
With what?
You have one musical item.
Oh.
May I have this dance?
Oh my!
And then I'll have to grab that when you can. And also that teacup. It's on a chair over there. No, Retro Dude Gaming. Bad. Bad man.
Timeout.
Working overtime, oh baby. He's also an excellent flautist.
Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them. The dancing wallflowers are oblivious to Alexander.
You know, it's just flowers from Pee-wee. Yeah.
While the wallflowers dance, Alexander
just snatched up a hole
in the wall.
Sounds good to me. And teacup. Yeah.
Alexander takes the teacup.
Alright, well, that's that. We go back down. You need a teacup full of swamp ooze. You better get some.
I keep doing
I keep
doing this rolly thing.
What do you think you're doing?
To go down.
You startled me. I was just getting some swamp ooze.
Well, you certainly won't get it there.
Okay, Retro Dude.
That's not swamp ooze. That's swamp sludge.
He's right, you know. but he could be a little nicer about telling you. He's not a very pleasant stick in the mud.
Everything's talking in this game.
Yep, like that stick in the mud. And that.
Not on a log.
Oh,
What do they normally have on a log?
Being a mere bump on a log.
Moss? Oh.
What?
Bump on a log.
Bump on a log. Okay. Well, seems like they're having a bit of an argument. You better give them something to throw at them just to shut them up. Ooh.
Would you have any
No,
interest in
bump
this
in the log,
stick
'cause
in the mud?
the bump in the log needs to be our hero. You better give him something to throw.
There's no reason to leave that lying about.
Nah. A brick won't do. We need something more irritating.
I thought this might come in handy the next time your brother starts picking on you.
Aha! Finally, old Bump on the Log's not so defenseless, is he?
Hey! Hey! What you doing there? Watch the pulp, would you?
Now, Bumpy, remember all I've given you! The only thing you've ever given me is mud. Take this!
No! Not into the swamp!
This is like a Disney movie.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, okay.
That's true.
I give up. Jeez, sorry.
Well, you better listen to that stick in the
Well,
mud there and
I
make
guess
sure you
it's
get
not
the
very
right
pleasant
swamp
having
ooze.
things thrown at you. I'm sorry. You mean it? Really? Brother. Brother.
Stick in the mud and Bump on a Log, exhausted from the battle, immediately
Aw.
doze off into naps. Rotten Tomato, being equally lazy, decides to join them.
Well, better get something with that teacup.
Alexander
Scoop.
fills the teacup with the swamp ooze.
We spent 7 days on that scooping animation. Well, time to leave and go back to the Isle of the Crown. But the only thing you really need to do is get a tinderbox. No flute required.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
I can hear you clicking. Like,
Alexander feels a
"Hurry up.
strange pulling sense.
I gotta go. I don't know what that sound was from the distance. Oh. Thought I saw something sparkling for a second. I could be wrong.
Like down here or something?
No, it was on the beach, but I could be wrong. I'm seeing things. I'm an old man. Hello, Mijou. How are you doing today? It's Mijou.
Good day,
Good
Prince
day.
Alexander.
Oh, he said something else.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Would you mind if I trade?
Of course. Alexander looks close.
Wait, what was it we needed? This?
What? Yeah.
I believe I'll
And
take the
then
tinderbox.
that's it for this island. We can go to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Woo! Want to find out who does the voice of pawn shop guy? Oh, Dave Benoy, who has quite a filmography, it seems.
Wait, go back, go back.
What? You can go back.
Oh, he was Lee on The Walking Dead.
And he's also in here. Hello. And he was in StarCraft and all that stuff. Anyway.
He has a nice voice.
So I'm just gonna see what.
Retro, don't be creepy.
Oh, he's in Final Fantasy. Retro dude, no thanks. You know what? I'm getting rid of that comment. Oh darn! I missed it. That was too close. Okay.
Alexander pulls out his magic.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds about right. He was also in...
Wait, Island of the Sacred Mountain.
Alexander feels a strain.
Oh, wow. He has a lot of... Horizon Zero Dawn, World of Warcraft, Batman, Telltale, Guardians of the Galaxy.
The movie or...
TV series.
Oh. Oh, what do I
Fallout
do now?
4. As Max Loken.
I don't remember who that is.
Anyway. He's been in all sorts of good stuff. Tales from the Borderlands.
Oh, well, who is he?
Finch.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Now, let me tell you something about this area. The game came with another book that I have. It's just 2 doors down. But it would give you clues. It was kind of like a book of the backstory of all the game and the history of the islands, and included in there clues to the game. Now, but we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna cheat. Well, we're not gonna cheat our way through, but okay. So you can examine the stuff on the wall now. But
there appears to be
you're gonna do it, and then you have to save. Ignorance kills. Wisdom elevates.
The rock has been etched by some.
You have to poke one letter from each word to make another word about elevating and all that.
Up. Fly.
Has to be 4 letters. Has to start with R.
Rise.
Cool. Poke him. Poke him.
Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs.
No help, please. I want her to figure it out first. Okay. Now I suggest you save, because I have a bad tendency to fall off those things.
Alexander stares with wonder. That's cool.
Alright, time to ascend the steps. Oh, whoops. Whoops. That's okay. That's what our little light is for at the bottom of the stream there. Red means no help, green means please, we need help badly. Alright, he's going up. Falling down is fun, but it's time consuming.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. If you don't have the book with you, it's insane. So there you go.
Alexander
Because
examines the stream.
it's in the language of those people, so there you go.
How would you ever find that out?
That booklet would tell you.
More steps emerge from the
This serves as an excellent form of copyright protection.
I guess.
And then the third one. We'll get you up there. We'll get you up there. Ooh. A cat fluff.
Where did the cat go anyway?
Ah, she's napping. She needs some time alone to nap and collect her thoughts and lick herself. You know how cats are. Oh. Whoops. No. No, I need to see it. Okay, now, this is a puzzle.
Alexander examines the strange
And this puzzle... I don't know how you know that, but I guess...
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles.
I'm guessing that there's something in the book.
From the granite cliffs.
Yeah, there was. It was like... We'll look at the book later. It's very detailed. It's like a diary. And then... Time to climb. It's the climb. Alright. So fall down if you feel like it, but
Nah.
you just want to go.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good.
It's not a. It wouldn't be funny. So.
It would be hilarious.
Sure.
We're
How am I
almost
gonna get down?
It'll be easier to get down than it is to get up. Anyway.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
So. Face thing. Those two, and crown. No? What? Didn't work. Didn't work. Bye, retro dude. Why didn't that work?
I don't know.
I'll poke that one and see what happens.
Nothing happens. Alexander
Is it the right one?
the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
I think so. Okay, well. That did not work out as planned. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out. Okay. King's Quest 6. Sacred 4. I guess so. The ones that look like this. Let's try that again.
Alexander
Maybe even in this order. Who knows? So, the crown thing, the face thing, the little
The stone beneath
they
Alexander's feet
biffed it.
trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Oh, that's it. Writing to my congressman on my hand. We're almost there. We're almost there. Go, go, Lydia. Go, go, Lydia. Lydia! It's Lydia. Alright. Last
Alexander
one.
examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
Well, we need to go up, don't we? So we need a letter from each word. That means going up. Well.
What?
What?
You're looking at me like, oh, you should know it.
Well, no, you probably shouldn't know it. I would have been impressed. It starts with A, if that helps. A. Oh, just didn't even put all the letters on one line. That's silly. That's a B.
The stone beneath
noble
Alexander's
Dolders.
feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
This is excellent copyright protection. I hate it, but it's there. remember I used to have, like, I think it's King's Quest 4 at least, that starts your game every time with like, what is word 13 on line 8 of page 12 of your manual, and then you can play. Now luckily I have the manual, but a little bit of pain back then if you didn't, or if a dog ate it. Yeah.
Alexander finds himself finally at the top of the cliffs.
She looks suspicious.
Exhausted, he steps
How
over
so?
the lip of the plateau and
I don't know.
stands.
She's wearing a black cape.
She's got those creepy eyes too.
Why do you
Yeah.
make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man?
Sparky.
The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight.
Oh.
You could have it too, if you'd only eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade bush.
So we're just gonna do our best to ignore that old.
A flying nightshade. Oh, it's so good.
Hey, it worked for her. Hey, she flew.
The sweet berries will make you float like a petal.
Yeah, let's just
on the
ignore her for
wind.
now.
Try some.
In fact, we should go stand somewhere else so we're not bothered. Yeah, let's go stand over there. Alright.
Alright. I'll try some of your
course.
berries.
Oh, goody. Eat quickly, dear boy, and I'll show you the way to the Lord and Lady of this isle.
What?
Slightly bitter, pretty one.
Well. Now you did.
Dickens.
Oh. Next. And then there's some land I have for sale in the death bogs of Tamir.
Well, Lydia died. I'll just ignore her for now. Let's go stand somewhere. This is basically a point of just ignoring her.
Can't go in here.
Young man, you offend me. I try to help you and you insist on
Not
being
today.
rude.
Well, that's today, but... Oh man, we still have a fair amount to go. How much did we do today? Well, we did some.
Then, stay tied to the ground like a
If we did that
load
much,
of
we
lead.
still have
See if I
that much.
care. You human.
How odd. The old woman just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Perhaps those berries are even more powerful than she led Alexander to believe.
Yeah, we can do it. Oh, she's gone. Alright. Well, better light your tinder... Oh, no. Crawl into the opening there. So don't get something from the...
There's no reason.
Get in there first
Alexander
and light it.
crawls through the small
There
opening
you
in
go.
the rock.
Alexander,
Crawls.
get moving. Alexander, get moving.
Alexander finds himself
Okay.
in a dark cave.
Now you can light your tinder box.
Alexander takes the candle from his tinder box and uses the flint in the box to light it.
Alright. And then you can go into an opening on the right.
Alexander feels his pockets.
Alexander touches his own
Alexander.
pants.
The lighting.
That looks like something you should grab.
Where?
With the green stuff.
Alexander takes a few leaves from the plant.
I'm sure that'll come in
As
handy.
he does so, a strong
Alright,
smell
well,
of peppermint
nothing else
is
to see in
released.
here.
Ah,
Just peppermint.
dead end. Nothing that way. Alexander crawls back. Alexander crawls.
Well, we can head up. See what's going on.
Look, an intruder. Hold! How did you
What
get
a
up here,
handsome
human?
man.
I climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the cliffs of logic in several centuries. And if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you.
Trouble.
With what trickery did you master the cliffs of logic and reach the city of the Winged Ones?
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm.
The cliffs of logic. It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the cliffs of logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Wazir al-Hazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle. But the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the cliffs of logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A dilemma, then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate? The Oracle or the Crown? But since Al-Hazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders,
I see. Part of this
since
is a
you
different
cannot
ending.
possibly survive the catacombs,
Do you want
your
the meh
imprisonment
ending
there
or the
should serve both purposes quite admirably.
I will not resist you
quick
in this,
ending?
my lord. I shall do my best
The meh
to
or the
save
quick
your daughter.
ending?
Or sorry, do we want the complete or the meh?
First, I must tell you that the
Complete?
catacombs are a labyrinth of
Alright,
rooms,
then we'll do that.
a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wit.
What's the
to
meh
survive it.
ending?
I am ready.
Very well. My guards will take you there now. You seem courageous enough.
Oh.
But the catacombs will determine how brave you really are.
I actually don't know. We'll go for a good ending.
Yeah.
They don't actually tell me what the quick ending is.
Why did you tell Lord Azure you were ready and willing to face the catacombs? No one is ever ready, and only a fool can be willing.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die, to
They're
not
gonna
fight
throw you
this
in there,
plague on your own
catacombs.
people.
Bravery
do
and
those tonight?
suicide are two different
You gonna do the
things,
catacombs
human.
tonight?
You will have a chance to renounce your
I think we
choice
can
soon
wait
enough. When you
we're gonna save it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And go through all these directions.
Yeah.
Escort.
We only escort you
Especially
to
just
your
walking
death.
through rooms.
May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
If you look at that extra book that it came with, in the background there actually is a map for the catacombs, but
The catacombs entrance door is locked
we're gonna have
from
to
the outside
deal
by
with
the
this.
Winged One's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option.
I guess we'll deal with this tomorrow. Ooh. Well, anyway, there you go. That's the first part of King's Quest 6. I guess we'll try and polish it off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Even if it takes all night.
Yeah, no.
What?
No.
New?
I have to sleep.
You don't. Well, you don't sleep until late, so it doesn't matter.
True.
Alright, thank you very much for watching. And of course, if you like the stream, if you like the channel, or if you just like funky games, be sure to like, subscribe, follow on Twitter, check out the Discord, check out the website, and all the other soy vids.
Yeah.
That's what you recommend, right?
Yeah.
Good.
And maybe check out my videos.
Ooh, check out Lid's vids. That sounds good to me. Alright, take care. See you tomorrow.
Bye.